All right, the New York Liberty, they recorded their first victory of the season on Sunday as they blew out the Indiana Fever in their home opener. And look, there was some history made by Breanna Stewart in her second game with the franchise. So joining me to talk some Liberty hoops is Crina Mustafa, a host for Hoops Talk and a writer covering the WNBA for Enjoy Basketball. Crina, pleasure to meet you. How's it going?
It's going great. I just watched Stewie lead my team to victory, so it's going amazing.
Yeah, and Stewie was amazing. Look, we can't talk about this game without talking about Breanna Stewart, who made a legendary debut in Brooklyn. She dropped a career-high 45 points to go along with 12 boards, and she set the Liberty single-game scoring record. How impressive was what Stewie did today in just her second game in a New York uniform?
Well, firstly, it was extra impressive that she did this in 3 quarters. Imagine if she had had that fourth quarter to record even more. But, you know, even before the game, she was like practicing getting shots up on one leg. So like even the way that she trains is already in preparation to be on a heater on the court. We know she's a star. We're familiar with her game. We know she can perform on both the offensive and defensive sides of the floor. So I think today, once her teammates realized that she was starting to get hot, they made sure to get the ball in her hands and just let her cook. And honestly, the more comfortable she gets with this team, the more games we're going to be able to see like that from her. And it was great that it came in just her second game as a Liberty.
Look, if we get more games like this where we see Stewie cooking, we're all better for this. Like, we all need more of this. And she was absolutely cooking, like you said, on Sunday in the Liberty's home opener. Now, 90-73 was the final over the Fever for the Liberty. And the Fever, they've lost 20 consecutive games. How important was it for the Liberty to get their first win of 2023 as they try to build team chemistry here?
Yeah, I mean, look, the Liberty had a very tough matchup in their first game against the Washington Mystics, a team that's very much a contender this season, and they have more experience with each other, which is different from this like fairly new Liberty team who's just trying to practice playing together now. And I thought they did a great job of passing the ball, playing with ball movement with everybody in the game, which I think is a great way to build team chemistry because then you're able to practice different sets on both offensive and defensive sides of the floor with the group that you currently have. And like even Sabrina Ionescu, for example, I thought she did a great job of like passing the ball today. She had 8 assists. And really it's going to be about finding different ways to make an impact in the game, even if you're not the primary scorer on the Liberty team.
Yeah, we'll see how they build that chemistry, and they will as they go forward, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Last thing, Crina, let's talk some attendance numbers because the Liberty had a paid attendance of 8,575 for Sunday's game. Last season, the average attendance at the Barclays Center for a Liberty game was 5,327. Now, I know it's just one game, but are you encouraged by that attendance increase that we saw in the home opener, and what does it mean for professional women's basketball in New York?
Listen, this is a new era for Liberty basketball. They've got a lot of star power on this team. And because it's one of the biggest markets in the WNBA, that means there's more eyes on it. And so I love that they got a full attendance for the home opener. In fact, I think that if they wanted to, Barclays could probably open the upper bowl as well and go for like the full sellout of the arena on a regular basis because the crowd was hyped up. We felt the energy around the city. And I think, honestly, it's only up from here with professional women's basketball in New York, especially now that they have this team put together and we know that they're going to be very successful.
Yeah, there was a game I was actually at last year where they had just under 8,000 people, and I was thinking to myself, hey, if they get more people in here, they could open up that upper bowl. So I do think that's something that we could see the Liberty possibly do at Barclays Center, and it's great for women's basketball overall. That is Crina Mustafa. She does a great job covering the W. Check out her work. Crina, I'm glad we finally got to connect and do this. We'll have to do this again and talk some more women's hoops.
This was so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. Thank you.